Road not taken. Two roads diverged in a yellow wood. And sorry, I could not travel both. And be one traveler, long I stood, and looked down one as far as I could, to where it bent in the undergrowth. In this stanza, the poet says that in a jungle there were two roads. Both roads go in different directions. As the poet has used the term yellow wood, it seems that the leaves have turned lifeless and yellow, depicting autumn. The poet feels sorry because he, alone, cannot travel on both roads. The roads could symbolize two choices in life, and the poet is finding it difficult to make a choice. So, he being a traveler, stood there for a long time, determining which way to continue traveling. As he was thinking, he noticed that one of the roads bent in the trees and shrubs and finally disappeared. Then took the other as just as fair, and having perhaps the better claim, because it was grassy and wanted wear, though as for that the passing there had worn them really about the same. After seeing that one of the roads disappeared into the undergrowth, the poet decides to take the other road. As just as fair can have multiple meanings. Perhaps the poet wants to say that the road is beautiful as well, or the poet wants to be fair and choose the correct option. Hence, selecting between two roads may portray the selection between two destinies. The poet then describes that maybe this road is better because it has fresh grass grown on it and was not used much. But when he started traveling on it, he found that travelers have passed through this road just as much as the other. In these lines, we can observe how the poet quickly goes back to his statement. First, he says this road is untraveled. Then, as he walks, finds it equally traveled. Also, the poet says that the path wanted wear. A path cannot have a desire or want to wear. Only humans have want. Thus, the poetic device personification is used here. In personification, a thing, an idea, or an animal is given human qualities. Here, the path is personified, and both that morning equally lay. In leaves no step had trodden black. Oh, I kept the first for another day. Yet, knowing how way leads on to way, I doubted if I should ever come back. Here, the poet says that both the roads were covered with leaves that morning. And perhaps that morning, he was the first to travel on that road, as the leaves fallen on the road had not turned black by the steps of travelers. However, it seems that he regrets his decision, slightly wondering if he will ever get to come back and take the other road. I shall be telling this with a sigh, somewhere ages and ages hence. Two roads diverged in a wood, and I took the one less travelled by, and that has made all the difference. Years from now, somewhere in the future, the poet feels that he will look back and then decide whether the choice he made was the correct one or not. This may be indicating that making a choice out of two objectives is responsible for our future, and that makes all the difference. The choice may bring us right or wrong. He will be telling about his choice with a sigh. Sigh is releasing a deep breath, expressing happiness, relief, sadness, etc. So, if the choice proves out to be right, it will be a sigh of happiness or relief. And if the choice is wrong, it will be a sigh of disappointment.